But now it's all about the supply from Mt.Gox and from the governments that have seized Bitcoin.
How long will that last?
Well, the best news is it's finite, right? A lot of this is cleanup from 10-year-old problems. And, we spent a lot of 2023 cleaning up a lot of the dirty dishes from 2022. That was successful. So the best news is there's not enough positive flows to really overcome the supply that the market sees over the next couple of months. But it's finite. And once it's done, then we're free to go up from there.
I mean, you go back 15 years and you can see pullbacks like this, even much more significant than this, again and again and again, always just to see higher highs and higher lows.
Totally agree. The finiteness, and it just can't emphasize enough, this is taking care of old business. It's finite. This isn't stuff that we would expect to return in the future. So we are in a downtrend right now. Our trend indicators have been pointing down since mid-June. So, investors who are looking short term to look at the trends, and when they reestablish themselves, will be in better shape.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leverage to technology, and I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust. And we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back as I'm doing this video. Bitcoin and crypto right now, the market is flat. Now we have JP Morgan says the peak of the market was back in March. $18 billion wiped off since June. But guys, don't forget, either the stock market leads Bitcoin or Bitcoin leads the stock market. And we know the NASDAQ right now has been moving up. S&P is moving up. But we know if Bitcoin is pulling back, we know stocks are going to be pulling back also. Remember, these high rates for longer are eventually going to hit the stocks. But we know Janet Yellen, the Fed, behind the scenes, just manipulating the markets. Remember, everything is being ran by an algorithm. But the back half of this year is going to be a movie. And guys, the second video that I'm going to be doing about robots has Jordy Rose on it. He was on CNBC, and of course, I had to laugh because we know we're getting closer when we're seeing him. He was all about the supercomputers, all this data coming together, and he warned us of the wrath that was going to come from all this technology. But like I stated, guys, that's in the second video. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now, which are up. We have the dollar right now is down. We have volume in crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether CEO advocates for localized AI models to prevent hacks. And again, the push for AI. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo was at $390 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. But we have Powell in the house tomorrow and Wednesday, guys. So it's going to be very entertaining. You know I'm going to bring you those videos. But the Fed has kept the rates higher for longer. Really hasn't affected yield rates because, guys, it's been all manipulation. Only thing Jerome Powell had to say is one thing. Yield rates pull back. They didn't have to cut rates. The only thing they had to do was manipulate the algorithm. And Jerome Powell stated last year in the fourth quarter that they were looking at cutting rates, didn't, but still yield rates dropped. But unfortunately, guys, the sheep don't understand finances. This doesn't work if we have the masses understanding finances. If they knew it would be all rigged, and that means the game would be over. The minds would be free. But unfortunately, they stay distracted on things that don't matter. And this allowed the NWO to take over the globe. Now what they want to do is replace humanity with the machines. And again, we're going to go over that in the second video. And then we have Taiwan built CBDC prototype platform and plans hearing for next year. And even though all these places we hear the drums are beating, in those same places they're moving the fourth industrial revolution forward. All of them have a plan for this digital economy. So the drums are beating are nothing but a distraction like it's always been. Remember, the banks fund both sides. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale right now all down. Now we have Salo launches Dingo Layer 2 testnet and first step towards joining the Ethereum's ecosystem. And Ethereum is not only the new internet, but it is also the new banking. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Japan's MetaPlanet buys more Bitcoin. And lastly, guys, we have German government has sent another 1,000 Bitcoin valued at $56 million to Bitstamp and Coinbase. And guys, that's not a lot of money. But remember, it's the narrative just to bring down the markets. So we've had Germany, we had the U.S., we have Mt.Gox, all supposed to be selling Bitcoin. And we know when Bitcoin takes a hit, all these other cryptos take a hit. And if you're a trader, you're loving the volatility. And because crypto is taking a dip, we know we have Ethereum spot ETF coming, which will give Bitcoin and crypto a pump. It won't be that pump that Bitcoin received, but it definitely will lift all boats. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.